I said. Why is it that size that is not normal? You need to see a coat. Hi, how are you guys? We are chilling today in a different environment. We're just actually at Lexi's house, which is very nice. And do you want to introduce our little companions?
Lexi's sister house, but let's not get into that.
Okay.
We have some friends, our only friends here. We've got Daisy here sleeping, Loulou, who's just enjoying life, clearly, and Coco, who's just a bit antisocial, clearly the odd one out.
And yeah, so the reason we decided to chill with these dogs and basically sit together and have a chat is because this is the kind of thing that we actually get up to normally.
It is.
And we always like end up having really heavy conversations and we wanted to sort of like involve you guys in them because, I mean,
well,
why
we
not?
just kind of feel like this is stuff that everybody can relate to, and I would enjoy watching this kind of thing, so we thought maybe we'd give it a try.
I actually wouldn't consider myself to be a relationship person, but I actually came out of my first long-term relationship like last week, which was actually really like more tricky than I had thought it was going to be. And you obviously have the other end of the spectrum here.
I do. I've only ever been in relationships. 2. Ooh, I just whacked the dog in the head.
You've been in two relationships.
2 long-term relationships. And
Which
the
one
second
of them's working
resulted,
quite well.
yeah, in marriage. So
it's like two opposite ends of the spectrum, I think. But I'm slightly a hopeless romantic, is that the phrase? So I'm always kind of like, this person's going to be the one, and then, you know, they turn out not to be.
kind of like Kim Kardashian.
I'm
Well, no,
exactly
that's
like
what
Kim
she
Kardashian.
always says. She's a hopeless romantic. She kind of fantasizes about when someone comes along, like the whole fairy tale, but then it doesn't necessarily work out.
I guess so. You know, I prefer that. Yeah, I'm happy to go with that. I'm like Kim K.
He
That
is
works.
Kim Kardashian.
And your first relationship was 6 years, which is like a heavy first relationship. Like most people have their first relationships at school, like for a few weeks, but yours was 6 years.
Well, I no, like when I was living in Paris, I did have like my little 3-month boyfriend, you know, and like we held hands. That was like a big step, you know, but like which I think everybody kind of has, you know, like.
Yes, I once went out with someone who texted me and said, "Is it okay if we hold hands on the bus?" On the
Oh
way
my
home
God,
today?"
no! That
Yeah.
I swear to God, the exact same thing. Daisy's leaving the
No,
place.
Daisy, it's a fun conversation.
Daisy's
Okay.
like, I can't deal with this right now. Daisy's going through a breakup. I remember being on the coach, like going, because we used to go to sport on the coach, and the dude in front of me like texted me and was like, can I hold your hand? Or you can put it through the seat.
Through,
I swear
like
to
this?
God. Yeah, like through the seat, but I was behind.
That's
oh,
awkward. I mean,
awkward.
it's the easiest, you know, physical thing to do through a gap, I suppose.
When I was like younger and I got my first relationship, I just wanted a boyfriend, and it happened to last 6 years. It wasn't a positive thing, and then the second relationship just happened to be incredibly positive and led to marriage. It wasn't like I planned it or if you'd have told me that it was gonna happen, I'd be like, yeah, no. I was at the gynecologist, talking to my gynecologist, as you do, having a chin wag, and
I mean, I've not done that, but yeah.
She was like, oh, so you're newly married, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I think that's great. She was like, people nowadays, they rush into marriage and then they just have babies straight away before they even get to know each other. I'm not judging. And she was like, it's awesome. You know, you've got all these years. It's like the old fashioned way to actually get to know your husband and grow together. And I was like, it's true. And I had never really quite looked at it that way. I mean, obviously, it's great to meet somebody young and grow together, but I'd never kind of been made aware of that, and I was like, nice, I like it.
Yeah, I do think that that's nice.
Think of like Chloe and Lamar, right? I was shocked horror when they were like divorced or whatever's going on with them.
Well, I mean, no one
up.
really knows though, do they?
Yeah, but then, and they seemed so in love, but you kind of have to put it down to the fact that they were together for 30 days before they got married.
They rushed into something, essentially.
Yeah.
Personally, I mean,
Yeah.
I can't imagine getting married.
No, and I
in a year's
couldn't.
time.
I couldn't imagine being married to anybody other than like. Do you know what I mean? Well, obviously.
I'm glad to hear that.
I know that sounded really stupid.
You know, good for
Yeah.
you, sweetie. The old school way, like our parents, for example, probably met at school or at work or like, you know, some kind of
At a
traditional
party.
environment at a party. Nowadays, I think like online dating has become such a thing, and I'm such an advocate of online dating, and I'm always saying to my...
He's got like all the apps.
I thought you were laughing because I'm
No, but you are. You're like, oh my god, look at this new app.
I
And
know.
this guy is like right over there.
It's so good. It's so much fun. But basically, my theory on it is I'm trying to convince, if you were single, I'd be all over it, like making you do it. And I'm trying to convince all my
He would have
friends.
set me up like on
like
eharmony.com.
10 times. I like try and get my friends to do it. And my friends always a bit like, you know, some people have a bit of stigma about online dating, but here is my theory. So I found my flat online. I found my flatmates online.
Did
I
you
do
really?
my shopping online. Like, to be honest, finding a flat and a flatmate online is a bigger deal than finding
Did you
someone...
actually find your flatmate?
I found my
online?
Charlotte. I found her online. She now lives with me. But like, for example, like finding someone
It's
to
true.
go on a
I
date
got my
with.
car online. Found my
Yeah,
car online. I do my
exactly.
shopping. So
You bought your husband online.
no, I didn't.
Oh,
I met him
sorry.
in a club.
That was someone else.
Is that slightly old-fashioned?
Buying a husband online is actually old-fashioned or just strange.
I'd love to sign up for online dating if I was single to see like my matches and see, you know, who it matches me up with. But what cringes me out would be, oh, that's amazing. How did you meet? Online. That's where it kills it for me. There is
Okay.
no nice story. You literally just sat on your ass in front of a computer and went through pictures and descriptions until you found one that was appealing to you. Do you know what I mean? It's not exactly a romantic story.
Yeah, but I think like all things...
Not that our story, me and Fabio's, is romantic at all.
Yeah, I was going to say,
but
that's what I was going to say. Is it as bad as saying you met in a club?
I mean, we didn't anticipate to meet in a club,
Yeah, but-
whereas you actually, you know, consciously sit down knowing that will be the way that you met.
Can
we
you
met
imagine
online.
at the wedding reception, where did you guys meet? Yeah, like
eharmony.com.
dating uniforms. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It's like
Christiandating.com.
Is there such thing? You find people in all sorts of places, like
Like in Putney in the forest.
like in alleyways. You know, people can't walk. So I feel like the whole thing with relationships.
Sorry,
like,
I'm just like playing with you.
No, I enjoy it. Carry on.
With your
Play,
string.
play find the nipple as I do the next one.
Go on.
I think the whole thing with relationships is people often sort of...
I found it.
Yeah, you definitely did. People often kind of like assume that there's these steps you need to take. So for example,
Yes.
it's so annoying.
Yes.
I'm 21, like I'm quite happy to, you know, just have a good time, and if it works, it works. But I feel like, especially now you're married, people must be like, when are the kids? You know, like, is there
It's
pressure
true. It's like we
there?
have these steps of life, like school, uni, career, marriage, kids, you know, like all in whatever order. But no, I think with me, it's just kind of happened. Marriage has just happened. We
Yeah.
moved in because we like spending time together. Then marriage kind of just happened because we want it to happen. And now I'm like enjoying. I don't have to put everything on fast forward. I don't think anyway. Like we'd
So
like
there's
we have
no-
kids.
No
But now,
ovulating going on.
no, we have enough, you know, responsibility, enough children.
But I feel like in like conclusion to all of this, we've got happily married over here. It's working for her. We've got newly single. You know, it was pretty tricky, but I'm
Single,
happy to be
single,
single again.
single.
All single. Well, we don't know what
All the
happens at night.
biatches be
Actually,
single.
we don't know. They could.
Lewis.
Sorry, did I just ruin
He
something
always has
there for you?
to kind of wrong.
Lower the tone. That's me. What have you guys gone through?
Yes. Do you have any like stories that you want to share?
I mean, there's
We
probably
love a bit
people
of
who have been
banter.
married like 5 times over watching this who have like sat thinking, look at those 2 kids. We should do another one of these in 40 years' time if we're still alive. 40. When we're 70. 71.
We have been through.
61. Well,
We have a lot
I just
of
got
experience.
that wrong. Wait, what did I say? 40 years. Did I say 40 years? 40. Yeah, 61. You've been through nothing and you can't count.
So guys, we hope you enjoyed our little chinwag. This is kind of like what we do, you know, we hang out, we have talks about life.
Yeah.
And we thought, why not have a talk about life?
It is strange being filmed doing this because
Yeah.
it just feels quite normal, to be honest.
And we want to know if you guys have any like, you know, advice that you'd like to share, or if you've got any questions, or if you've got any fun like stories,
Anecdotes,
or
like-
or embarrassing stories, or
It
fun
is
little things to
genuinely
share.
interesting to hear what you guys have to say because it helps us kind of like
Exactly.
reference where we think
We've
we
hardly,
need to be
you
in our
know,
lives.
we haven't exactly lived like, you know,
Full
not
lives.
full of wisdom and whatnot.
So get involved, please. But yeah, we'll see you next Sunday. Bye.
Arrivederci. Bye.